Now by Derek Van Orden, one of our favorite guests from the House of Representatives. There he is. Congressman, congratulations. You got two things done today. You got the budget passed, and you sent a message to the Knucklehead Caucus. And the Knucklehead Caucus drives me crazy, but I guess they drive you crazier than me.
Hey, Hugh. That was a shot over the bow. I do not work for the Freedom Caucus. I don't work for the Republican leadership. I work for the constituents' mind of the 3rd Congressional District of the state of Wisconsin, and I'm sick and tired of these Freedom Caucus people wasting our country's time. 435 members of Congress wasted an entire day. Now take all of those members of Congress, all of their staff, all of the money they're getting, all of the benefits that they're getting, and apply that to a budget. So these people are hiding behind this fake fiscal conservatism. And here's what they want. They want a phone call from Donald Trump. They want to go on the news. They want to make money on the internet via fundraising. They've lost the vision of why we're supposed to be here, and that is to serve our constituents. And I'm over it. And I will single-handedly destroy anything they want to do legislatively if they keep up this garbage.
Preach. Preach. Because Derek Van Orden, I've told people for years, the House doesn't work unless it works together. The Senate doesn't work unless it works together. And the President and the Congress and the being together, Senate, House, and the President, nothing works unless everyone says, okay, I'm not going to get, the perfect is not going to be the enemy, the very good. And I just can't even believe it's an argument. Now, there are some idiosyncratic people that aren't really Republicans, and they ought to get primaried, like Tom Massey, and people know that I think that about Massey. But there's some smart people in the Freedom Caucus. What about teamwork do they not understand it? Or do you get it because you were a SEAL for so many years?
A little bit of both. And listen, I want to be real clear. I am personal friends with the vast majority of the Freedom Caucus. We hang out together. I know their families. But legislatively, you know, we completely disagree. And there's a lot of things we agree on. We want a safe, prosperous, secure country that we can hand over to our children. The difference is I'm not willing to destroy what I'm trying to save. I'm also unwilling to put my own personal self-interest above the interest of the nation. I just will not do that. It is not part of my nature. So me being a SEAL, I understand that when we spell SEAL teams, it's interesting. The team is always capitalized. SEAL teams. It's never a lowercase t. Well, we got some lowercase team stuff going on here. We also got some lower L case leadership taking place. So it's got to change. We simply must need to recognize the fact that we won the election. And when you win elections, you legislate. You stop griping about stuff.
You have to get your promises delivered.
Unfortunately, there's a few members of my caucus who think that they received 77 million votes, and they didn't. One person did. His name is Donald J. Trump.
And you're doing the agenda. While I've got you, I want to ask you two Wisconsin-specific questions. One, do you think Canada will let Wisconsin start to export its dairy products into Canada now?
Yeah.
Good.
Dude, listen, I want to be super clear. We don't want a trade war with Canada or Mexico. We don't. They're our closest geographic partners, obviously, and also our greatest trade allies. We don't want a trade war with them. We don't want a trade war with the European Union or anything like that, right? I just had a bunch of guys from the European Union, my counterparts. I'm sitting in my office, so I was pointing at the chairs you're sitting in yesterday, from Estonia, France, and Poland, and then from the hierarchy of the European Parliament, you know? I'm like, hey, we don't want a trade war with you, but we will bury you. Is that clear? So we will, man. I'm like, we don't want to, but we will, and we'll crush you. Because you guys, the European Union's a mafia. And they're like, well, I go, ho, ho, ho. I lived in Germany for 3 years. I see what you do with your protectionist trade policies, and then you lie about it. Don't try to snow the snowman. I'm just telling you what's going down. We don't have time to lie to each other, just like I don't have time to listen to these Freedom Caucus jackballs, you know, run their suck on the Capitol steps and hold up progress. I don't have time for that. I'm just telling you the way it is, my European brothers and sisters. And they're like, wow, thanks. I appreciate that. I go, well, yeah.
I am so glad you run out of patience, because I need a voice, and you're my voice in the House. Second thing I want to ask you, Wisconsin Supreme Court, we lost it to the left. Do you expect to be redistricted out of existence? Are they coming after Derek Van Orden?
I do. I do. I simply do. I mean, Janet Protasiewicz, the previous leftist Supreme Court justice, ran on a platform of redistricting Wisconsin. They did it. Tony Evers. So this is what's just bananas, man. I ran under the maps drawn by Tony Evers, the leftist, that were upheld. And then Tony Evers brought a court case saying that his own maps were unconstitutional. You can't make this up, right? So the Supreme Court didn't pick it up because the outgoing Chief Justice of the Wisconsin Supreme Court was a blue dog Democrat. And she's like, no, this is silly, right? However, now that Susan Crawford is on there, we're going to get a new Chief Justice who's going to be a leftist. And they don't care about the law.
You're right.
So I have confidence in the United States Supreme Court to do their job. You know what I mean?
Well, I have confidence in the people of Wisconsin liking what you're doing. And tell us what the campaign website. Oh, you can't. If you're in the House, you can't. I don't know when you can. But I want people to support.
When I go off campus, I'll send it to you, and then you can put it on there. And you're correct for ethical reasons. You can't do it. But hey, listen, man, this is what people need to know. The big thing that happened, that was a referendum, not on Donald Trump. That was a referendum on us not getting on Trump.
Well done. Well done. Congressman Van Orden, keep coming back.